Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці.
Good health to you, fellow Ukrainians. We have some much-needed financial news on November the 22nd. First, there is another tranche of microfinancial aid from the European Union, worth 2.5 billion euros. It is very important. We are also waiting for the approval of the macrofinancial aid program for the next year in the amount of 18 billion euros. Second, the United States of America has announced that it will soon provide $4.5 billion in additional funding to directly support our budget. I am grateful to the partners for these important steps of solidarity. Due to such decisions of our friends, we maintain social stability and, despite all the Russian strikes, fulfill our social obligations. And these are obligations to millions of people. Since the beginning of the full-scale war, we have been making stable payments to pensioners. That's almost 11 million older Ukrainians. Indexation of pensions was carried out, as provided by law. 6 million citizens have some form of social support. The months alone, social payments totaled almost 14 billion hryvnias. This is assistance to those with many children, the poor, single mothers, and people with disabilities. Also, more than 2 million internally displaced persons receive assistance from the state, plus salaries for employees of the budget sector. We do everything to ensure payments for all our defenders. The financial front line for Ukraine is now as important as the front line on the battlefield, and I thank everyone who helps our state accumulate the necessary funds, both to our friends in the world and to businesses that, despite everything, continue to work and pay taxes. As for the energy frontline, energy and utility workers in many regions continue restoration of the network. We are also preparing responses to possible new terrorist attacks against our energy system. As of this evening, only stabilizing shutdown schedules are used in 16 regions and in Kyiv. But we must understand that in this case of consumption spikes, emergency shutdowns are also possible. We are also rolling out our new Points of Invincibility project to support people across the country. As of this day, more than 4,000 such points have already been prepared, more upland. If massive Russian strikes take place again, and if there is an understanding that the electricity supply cannot be restored within hours, the work of Points of Invincibility will be activated. All basic services will be there, including electricity, mobile communications, and the internet, heat, water, and a first aid kit. Absolutely free and 24/7. Points will necessarily work at all regional and district administrations, as well as at schools, buildings of the state emergency service, etc. A special website, nezlamnist.gov.ua, with a map of such points throughout the country is already available. It is constantly updated. It is important to see now where these points are in your city, in your community, and keep an eye on the map for updates in the coming weeks as new points are added. On the website and in all Points of Invincibility, you will be able to find out where the nearest gas station, bank, pharmacy, and grocery store are operating. All of us must be prepared for any scenario, considering what terrorists are fighting against our people and what they are trying to do. Local authorities are tasked with informing people about the existence of Points of Invincibility. It should be very simple. In government buildings, in pharmacies, grocery stores, in post offices, there should be information about where a person can find support in the event of a long-term power outage. And it is very important that conscious business is already joining this initiative of ours. Thanks to all the entrepreneurs who decided to support society now and make their business facilities also Points of Invincibility with generators, Starlinks, water and other stuff. And please note that on our website nezlamnist.gov.ua there is a special forum for business representatives who want to join and become a Point of Invincibility for Ukrainians. I am sure by helping each other we will be able to get through this winter together. The situation on the front line has not changed over the past day. In all areas of the front, the same dynamics as in the previous days is maintained. Donetsk region, fierce attacks, constant shelling. I thank all our heroes who courageously hold out despite everything. Luhansk region, with battles yet, little by little we are strengthening our position and moving forward, little by little. Kherson region and other territories of the south. We are doing everything to reduce the combat potential of the occupiers and eliminate their ability to carry out shelling of our cities. Step by step, we will bring the Russian army to new defeats, and no shelling of Kherson or any of our cities will help the occupiers. The sea. On our United 24 fundraising platform, we are actively raising funds for naval drones. Unity, as always, gives a great result. Ordinary people, more than 50 Ukrainian companies, international businesses, plus our Lithuanian friends, plus the IT community. In total, people from 93 countries joined this initiative of ours. We are gradually building the Ukrainian fleet of naval drones. I thank everyone who supports us. Thank you to everyone who fights and works for Ukraine. Thank you to everyone who helped loved ones get through this difficult time. Glory to Ukraine.